Next is item G, which was, the library item.
Mr. President,
Mr. Lacy.
I have a motion that we accept the approval of the letter of intent for the Dayton Metro, with the Dayton Metro Library.
Second.
Okay, it has been seconded by Dr. Roundtree, and this is the third time in a row, by the way, that Dr. Roundtree is seconding Mr. Lacy's motion.
He's made excellent motions today. I always second that emotion.
I think we'll establish Guinness records tonight for something like that. So just,
Thank you.
so this is open for discussions, and this is just a letter of intent. There'll be another step in the future if this gets approved tonight. So, and Vice President Taylor, and then Dr. Roundtree.
Yes, I want to comment on this. This is a situation where the library is asking us to give up some of our school property over by Belmont High School to build a library. I certainly support the efforts of building a library in that neighborhood. However, the piece of property that they plan to do it on, I feel like one of the things that it's doing, it's taking away from the school there. That school has a nice piece of property on the side and behind it. I think that we need all that property. We don't know what's going to happen in the future with our high schools and what expansions we might want. I think that it would make the, it would move the one baseball field, and I think make it way too confined in the area. Also, I think that's a dangerous intersection to have more traffic coming in and out of that corner. There's already a lot of traffic that happens, and to add that traffic. And there is property back in that same area that they could build on. It's not like they don't have any other property to build it on. There's state property. They could probably have a conversation with them. DPS also has other property in the same area. So I do support the library, and I do support it being built in that community, in that area. However, I don't think that we should be giving up our property, prime property, where we have a nice high school, and our other high schools also have extra property too, just in case they need it. And I don't think that we should put ourselves in the position of selling our property for and making it too small in case we need it in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Taylor. Dr. Roundtree.
Well, I want to go on record of being extremely and wholeheartedly in support of this endeavor. I say that because I see firsthand the benefit of having a vibrant library in your community. I happen to live in Northwest Dayton, very close to a Good Samaritan Hospital, where a new library was recently opened. And I've lived in that community over 30 years. And I've always, visited the library, but not often, because I work on a college campus and we have a library, and it's just more convenient for me to go walking around on my own campus. But since this library is open, probably just since May, I bet I've been there 20 times. I've been there that many times because I've taken my two grandsons who live in walking distance. I've taken my neighbors. I've taken my nieces. I've taken a 4-year-old granddaughter who has received her first library card. She loves it. If you go there, you will see that it has now become the heart of the community. It is a vibrant part of the community. You see very young children. You see senior citizens. You see people coming just sitting around for coffee and conversation. They have training programs. They have programs where I overheard a parent say, can I sign my son up for this? He was like 4 years old. I'm probably not even a reader yet. They have computer classes. They have labs that are available to our students. I have seen teachers there that have just walked up to me and said, "Aren't you on the school board?" So this is bringing life back into a community that has been sad. And I'm being real kind when I say sad, because I don't want to say dying, but that would be the truth. A dying community has been brought to life, and it's because it's beautiful, and it's comfortable, and I feel safe when I go there. and I'm treated with respect. No matter what you say, having someone greet you at the door matters. It really does. So I haven't told them. As soon as the fall comes, I'm going to start volunteering up here. I will be proud to be a part of that library. And I think the same will be true for our students. I think that will be a beacon of hope for our students if we make that partnership between the high school and the new library. Because newness just says that you're important. It says that you matter. And if you bring in the students and give them positions of responsibility, volunteer opportunities, chances to be leaders, that's another way to help students become leaders, and it's a great way to build community. We always say we want community partnerships. What better way than through an institution, an organization that promotes knowledge? So I am so much for this endeavor, and I wish every person would visit some of the new libraries that we have in our community. They are beyond awesome. As my grandson will say, they are epic. So please support the libraries.
Thank you, Dr. Roundtree. Mr. Lee.
Yes, I talked to John Carr, who was also working with the Dayton Metro Library, and we're at a point of having some more discussions. But as I look at the print and the outlay as it is now, as I have been affiliated a lot with Belmont High School, especially with the ROTC program, and I'm there a lot when students especially are leaving the building or when students are coming late. And I've always had concern about that corner. But now I feel with the addition of Dayton Metro Library, the connecting link between it and our existing buildings and the walkway is going to be an improvement and a more of a safety value than the way that the children next to the building now walking down the grass hill, hitting the street and then going around the corner. And I think it's going to redirect them in a better manner. I do have some concerns about the location of the ball field, and that's a conversation Mr. Carr and I are going to continue. But I am in support of the library being there.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Well, let me also add that it's actually a hard decision. Who would have thought? A library is actually a tough decision. I've been thinking about it a lot. If you remember back in May, that was the first time that Mr. Cambridge brought this to our attention at Ponitz, at our board meeting there. And I have proposed that instead of selling, we give it into long-term lease. And of course, we found out that that's not possible, thanks to our great state laws. This reminds us that we really need, by the way, Dr. Roundtree, we need our legislative breakfasts. We need to lobby those people in Columbus more and more. May we ask you to once again lead the efforts?
Sure.
for those breakfasts?
I'm going to be real honest. This is the first time I've been invited to, host that breakfast again. Same to the unions. I've not been invited to many meetings. I wasn't going to go there. I was going to tell you independently, but I don't show up. I'm respectful and wait until I'm invited. So, Dr. Bagaroff, I appreciate the invitation and I accept it, and I will organize one for the fall.
Fantastic, fantastic, because we really need it. This is just to show you that the state wants you to depend less on, state funding, on local taxes, on federal funding, and yet they turn around and prohibit you from using all that land and all those properties in a way that could generate certain cash to help us offset some of our funding and operating needs. Really makes no sense. So we basically either have to sell that land or don't sell the land. We have no other option, and that's very unfortunate. So that's my gripe with it. I hope someone in Columbus is watching this. Because, we're not very big fans of you guys over there. So, strike that from the record. Don't show that.
Some of us are big fans.
I forgot the cameras are rolling. Yeah, so, that's right, that's our bleep it out. Okay, well, I think we're ready to vote in that case. Mr. Treasurer?
President Bagheera,
Yes.
Mr. Lacy,
Yes.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. McManus,
Yes.
Dr. Roundtree,
Yes.
Ms. Taylor,
No.
and Dr. Walker.
Yes.
Okay, so the letter of intent has passed.